Okay, someone called Nipple. I think he's trying to find a chair.
Dude, how is he like always never in a place where there's a chair? Is it so hard to find a chair in the US? Like they're so advanced, they don't use chairs anymore.
Yeah, I heard they don't have chair people. Black left Vamsi's house. I now have
Confirmation.
of-
Confirmation.
Yeah.
Asset on the move. Asset on the move.
Yes. CIA, if you're listening, this is where Epstein is.
Black has closed down his business for Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He's going home. He's being a family man for the Christmas.
Yeah.
Family
So he's only
man.
gonna rape his
You know what I
cousins.
mean?
Oh, shit. No more ducks in a ditch for him.
So that's
He has to be the really cool uncle.
You don't do it like that. You do it like this.
Let me show you how it's done. Let me train you guys. It's like some, like ISIS camp or
Oh
something.
no, guys!
Yeah.
I have realized I fucked up. So, okay. I'm gonna try this.
Like,
My
is this the
coffee
first
is
time you
just- So, welcome everyone to episode
Episode 7. Yeah.
of
We got
Communist
there, believe
Stoner
it or not.
Propaganda.
Dude, we're in episode 7.
Communist stoner propaganda. Propaganda.
Propaganda.
Fucking episode 7.
Shit,
How do
dude.
we
Can you guys
make it
believe it?
this
Yeah.
far?
I can't believe we're on episode 7, dude.
Episode 7.
I thought this
Like,
would
it
stop
feels-
at episode 4. Like, I legit
Yeah.
thought
Yeah.
episode 4 was
Yeah,
the
Max.
last one.
That's I was like, we should at least record 5 episodes before starting on this. But I'm glad we managed to make it to 7. Next milestone is if we hit 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we reached more than 100 followers on Instagram. That's
Instagram.
So, hooray!
yeah,
Nice
that's
one.
amazing. And it's almost all real people, so that's also pretty cool.
That's the good part. Like, there are no
Yeah.
bots. It's not like how BJP won the election.
Hey,
Or
what was
Trump
that?
For that matter.
What was that shit that went down in Maharashtra, dude? What happened there? Were any of you following it properly?
Oh wait, yeah, our IS guy has to follow this anyway. He has no option.
No. I am not doing this. I have a break. Maybe.
Beard. Come on,
Okay,
do it.
So explain what happened.
No, this is better explained by Sugar Daddy because
Yeah.
he can do this better.
No, see, all I got of it was from memes. Like, I saw memes of this going
So
through,
basically,
and then I got memes of this falling through. Like,
Basically, Shiv Sena and BJP were like best friends until recently, and then Shiv Sena and BJP had a fallout, and then Congress comes in between the picture. They're like, "Hey, Shiv Sena, like if you guys don't mind, then like we'll hit it off. How about that?" And then in between BJP, so BJP like has the what do you say? It's the largest party in Maharashtra right now.
yeah.
And but then they still haven't gotten a
Majority.
floor clearance.
Yeah.
So because of that, like nobody is able to form the government. So all three of them are like having a cockfight about the government. Like nobody knows what to do. And
I heard something about 50% of the time, one guy from Shiv Sena will be the
that
prime
was
minister.
the agreement. So Amit Shah was like, so Uddhav Thackeray met Amit Shah, and in the beginning, before the election started, Amit Shah was like, "Hey guys, listen, like let's do this. If you win the elections, then 50% of the time you can get to sit on the chair. 50% of the time, our guy Fadnavis will get to sit on the chair."
Is that making sounds?
And then
that's
the moment the shit went down and they won the elections, BJP was like, I mean, BJP also won technically, so BJP was like, yeah, Shiv Sena can eat my ass and just fuck off. And then, but Uddhav Thackeray, like, but what about us? Like we had a moment, and after that there was like a whole cockfight and everything, and finally NCP comes in, Sharad Pawar's party, and they come in and they are like, hey, Uddhav Thackeray, what's up? Let's be homies, and they become homies and they form the government, and Modi's just like poker face, like, no. Bruh.
This wasn't supposed to happen.
This wasn't part of the divine plan.
Hey, you know
that's what
the
happened.
funny thing? That is exactly what I thought when I joined NITC.
That's segue though.
and that is my great segue into today's topic.
We don't even care to complete the story. The rest you find out from the news.
We just initiate people, and that's all we do.
So the topic for the day is DASA problems. Okay, so
So
in
can we
case
all- can we all-
in case we forget what DASA means, because we're the only listeners basically. DASA is basically a scheme by which
Direct
people living
admission for
outside
students
India.
abroad.
Yeah, so
Yeah, basically.
all the NRI non-resident Indian students can get into
Can get into Indian colleges.
And kids from SARC nations,
yeah, but SARC
Nepal
is,
and all those
yeah,
small places.
Yeah, SARC is anyway
Bangladesh,
that's a whole different scheme.
Myanmar.
We're not talking about the one Black has because you should stay away from that scheme.
Yeah, basically.
That is a
Some
scheme in the
life-
colloquial sense.
Life of
That's
Pisces.
the schema.
That is-
Yeah, like how black brings smuggles people into India is like that Gafur ka dost. Arabic Gafur ka dost
ഇത് ദുബായ് ആണ്.
ഇത് കണ്ടിട്ട് മദ്രാസ്
So the three of us, right? The three of us.
Okay, can we all agree
Basically-
we are DASA? Can we all agree?
Yeah. We're DASA as fuck, right?
Agree on that. I mean, there are two ways of being DASA. There's one way of being DASA is like being in the scheme of DASA, and then the second way is by being DASA by heart.
By the vibe.
Yeah.
The spirit animal.
So DASA by heart means that you crave random things that you experienced abroad, and you end up facing a lot of problems when you come back here.
So there are people who got in through JE and like the normal scheme, but they grew up abroad and they came for writing JE in their 11th and 12th.
Yeah.
And they too are quite DASA. For example, Mamali.
Chatterjee. Or Mamali,
Yeah. Mamali.
You know Prosho Chatterjee.
Prosho Chatterjee, yes.
Yeah.
Prosho Chatterjee. The man passed, like he passed DASA, he passed AIEEE, he got some 200 rank or something like that. And then he came here, he's like, screw DASA, he came here and he had like massive respect from fan following from all the faculty and everything. And then he turned out to be the most DASA person like ever in the history of all DASA people. The man does theoretical physics in like Tata Institute of Fundamental Science today. Like, from where to where?
The man is actually brilliant. The man should be on our podcast someday.
Yes.
We'll get him on.
One of the most
He has some fucking crazy stories.
One of the most narcissistic.
He was like the OG narcissist I've met. Like he was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey,
He passed
this
down
guy,
his
he's
title
on my
to me.
vibe. Dude, he just like showed the finger to ICA at one point. He's like, screw you guys, pleb squad.
ICA
Oh,
is
I was
Indian
in club
culture.
math.
ICA is Indian Cultural Association, if anyone's listening.
I did math for one of their events.
I see why you guys bonded, yeah.
You did?
I
you
Yeah,
see
yeah,
why
yeah.
you guys bonded.
Yeah. I snorted a couple of lines, and then they were like, "Hey, can you
MC?
anchor?" Yeah, basically, and I anchored their infinitum quiz, their final rounds. It was here, and they were all like, "Oh, that was fucking amazing." I'm like, "Yeah, I was on fucking meth." I will be the most lively host you have ever seen.
I take my maths very seriously. I take my maths very seriously.
Wait, you mean it was club math?
Oh shit! I must have read it wrong. I must have been on maths when I read it.
Why and the funny thing is, I failed M3, so
M3, for who's listening, which is us, is maths, like the third semester math course.
yes,
Which is like the easiest math course in the four math courses.
Hey, it's the only one I failed. Okay.
Yeah, he passed all the hard
see the
ones
point?
and he failed the easiest one.
That is because I was doing the most amount of meth.
Yeah. So Pro Show was the guy who initiated me to cocaine at that point. He was like the only guy who was like doing real shit back then, like apart from Jim. I mean, Jim is like
Yeah,
on
yeah.
another-
He was
on
a
another
fucking
planet.
cool motherfucker, man.
Dude,
I met-
Jack Nanes, not Jim. There's no Jim. Jim does not
Okay.
exist. It's
Jack
only
Jack who?
Jack Nanes.
who?
Nanes.
Jack Nanes, okay.
Nanes.
Nani!
Oh, he listened to an episode, by the way.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
really?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Shit.
That is the
I am
only thing
serious.
I want to ever hear, dude.
Yeah, this is the only validation that you need.
If
What
Jack
do you want to say? What do you-
if Jack Nanes
Jack Nanis.
Jack Nanes approves.
Yeah, he approves. So we are
Oh,
safe.
set.
So does that mean
So,
we'll,
like,
we'll get Jack Nanes on our show someday?
Yes.
Yeah, I have to approach him about that. I will we'll try and make that happen.
We'll start ending our episodes with Jack Nanis approves this message, so that like eventually like we'll tell him that we'll be giving you a shout out forever. So you have to come on, like you must pay in kind.
If you thought Mamali was a legend, Jack Nanes is
Jack Nanis
Is the
is
myth?
is the myth. He's really a myth.
He's the
But he actually finished his course.
Yeah. He
yeah.
finished.
Dude, he stayed forever and finished it off. He's like, I am like going to be here for a while.
Oh, but he was actually a hella smart dude, huh? Just
Yeah,
saying.
Oh yeah.
He was
So he was
he was
actually a very,
he was never DASA, but like if you talk to him, you feel he's DASA.
Yeah, he's kind of like in that sense.
Yeah, dude, have you noticed the fact that like people before us have like there are the same kind of people in every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, wait, he was.
Which is
he
why.
was DASA, right?
Okay,
I
wait.
thought he was
Hey,
DASA.
you DASA problems. The first one you face is the fact that you have to shit in a hole, right?
Yeah, that is
Oh my
Oh,
God.
dude, some people
And the mode in which.
some people actually use the fucking Western kakus, the Western toilets.
That's disgusting, right?
That is absolutely
Oh
disgusting.
God, no,
How-
that is horrible.
How do you-
I only used the Western closet in like third year when I got my own house. Okay.
Yeah, even that was kind of disgusting because everybody was shitting in it.
Oh no, but it was clean, man, because I had to clean it.
Dude, there used to be people who walk around with like Dettol and Lysol and shit, and they just like clean the toilet first and then they sit on it. I'm like, yakka endu kadi, just like shit into a hole, man. Come on, like how hard is it?
Learn. Oh, dude. So I had like prior experience shitting into a hole because whenever I go to India, the only kakus
Yeah,
that
you have an-
my dad's house used to have was the hole in the ground kakus. So I was kind of used to it. So I never had like a huge problem adjusting, but it still was like a jarring thing to shit.
But like, to be honest, right, it gets the shit out of your system
Dude,
so much
really
better.
fast, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it
like-
goes away really fast. The part that is really annoying is the fact that the place just stinks all the time. It's like a fucking urinal.
yeah,
Oh,
that is
Dude, there was this one time in my
definitely
first year. There was this one time in my first year when like all the staff people went on a strike. So nobody cleaned the bathroom for like 2 weeks straight, and it was like it was like a dead. It was like walking into Chernobyl or some shit like that. And this guy, my first year roommate, Shankar, and he and we mobilized the squad and we actually cleaned the fucking bathroom, dude. That's like one of my proudest moments in life. Like, I could do that. I can survive anywhere, like anywhere. Put me anywhere.
Sugar
I will
daddy
live
found
like
his
a
calling.
fucking cockroach. I have a bright future as a bathroom cleaner.
I thought that was my job, being Mr. Muscle.
So, and the whole DASA thing actually becomes an issue, right? So, like, the first time you get ragged, okay, like properly ragged, I don't think that happens anymore. But the first time
That
you get
whole
properly
full form-
ragged is probably by a bunch of like Nard and Mallus.
DASA people.
Okay.
Oh, okay. For me,
Wait,
it was by DASA people.
Give me 1 sec. Nipple, we can not hear you. We cannot hear you. Like you're very light. You're there in the chat, but It's like a very
Oh,
small
nipples in the chat?
background noise.
Dude, you should like volunteer for the UN or something.
Did he just
What is
scream?
that sound?
Was that nipple screaming?
Yeah, that is nipple
What
screaming.
the hell?
Even the screaming sounds like a baby's fart.
Yeah. I think my microphone must have picked up the neighbor.
It's like a Chinese baby fart. Yeah. He
Chinese.
farted out a Chinese baby.
Are you being racist, Sugar Daddy?
It's like when you try and stick your dick into a cat.
Oh, shit.
What?
What do you mean you try?
Either you do it or you don't do it.
Yeah.
That is not
It's a very
right.
binary
Look,
problem.
sometimes it runs away and you gotta chase it, and it's hard because they can jump and you're hard, and it's all.
Yeah, oh shit. I mean, yeah, you throw a cucumber at it, but except this is attached to your body this time.
Same thing. I whipped out my cucumber. I throw a cucumber. Everyone
Right.
freaks out.
Like a freaking boomerang.
Okay.
Nipple, how much does a mic cost? How much will a
I
mic?
got beats.
That is not a mic. That is a headphone. Hey, Nipple, I wanted to know, like, can you ship stuff to India?
Yeah, sure.
What
It's just
stuff? That is the
not pocket
question.
friendly. Yeah, what stuff?
No, like a computer, a MacBook.
Yeah, this is the kind of shit DASA people talk
okay,
about.
wait, so
All the
so
time.
wait, you can ship it, but to ship it, you need to first open it and put it into something. Otherwise, they'll charge you for duty.
Oh, okay. So you
Disassemble it like a gun.
so you open it and you put it
At
in
least-
something, and then you can ship it like
Yeah.
without duty.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It just needs to. It's only when it's in the original packaging and stuff that they charge duty.
Oh,
But
that-
once you get to India, you have to say the code word like Sadhanam Kairundo. That has to be said.
Sadhanam
I
Kairundo.
disqualify.
Oh,
Oh.
that's crazy, dude.
So now that I'm a whore for pot, right?
Ah, yes.
We have got to the right subject matter.
Subject.
So now that I'm a whore for pot, what's happened is I figured out who like the source is, right? And,
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
So
Explain
so
yourself.
she gets it. So she gets it from this like dude who's either in the army or like a police. Okay. And so they have to grow a wide variety of things, like everything from like hash to like actual good greens. To,
They
like,
have
shit
to
pot.
grow it.
Yeah,
So that-
they grow and they have to make it so that they can teach the dogs what to sniff out.
Oh,
so
that-
occasionally he just takes some off the top and gives it.
Is she a hoe?
Who's a
too?
good boy? Who's a good
No,
boy?
no.
And,
She, well, I don't know. She might be a hoe, but it's okay. I get my pot. So
And you have to be a hoe too. So it's like a line
yeah,
of hoes.
I've become like a man hoe. It's okay. It's temporary.
This is like a perfect connection for black.
But hey, so
They'll start growing children over there just like so the dogs can smell who's being like, taken away.
so who,
Beautiful island.
so how's No Not going for you guys? Last day and all. Are you
Last
guys?
day, bro.
Yeah,
Stay
yeah.
Are you guys
Oh, last
excited?
day. It's been a no. I need to
Dude,
not be
I
excited
came-
for a couple more hours.
No, I'm just asking. Like, how did you manage to continue being?
Dude, I
hoe?
came so close.
Oh
to,
no,
on that
it's okay.
NDMA
I
night.
came close.
On that
Exactly.
NDMA
I
night.
almost fucked up,
So close.
but I was like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
No.
fuck up. So and so that means I've been getting high less. So no, has overall been like a very good experience, right? Because
Yeah,
if
so-
I want to get pot, I gotta be like a little bit of a hoe. But if I gotta be a hoe, I can't not. So it's like
you only edge. You keep edging.
Do I
very
lose
edge
my
game,
dignity?
basically.
Or
Did you tell her like you can't nut because of no nut number?
No. I didn't have
My
to go that
temporary
far. And plus,
celibacy.
I'm trying my best not to go like full home mode
Okay.
because let's
Don't
not
wanna be a
do that,
repellent.
right?
I don't want to be a
do
repellent.
this.
Wait, just set up the setting and give some
Hey,
good vibes.
Just keep one of those mosquito bats on your dick. Like,
Oh.
so it gets
What?
close.
Stay away.
High voltage. You have been cut off.
Thought beyond.
How I managed it was because of the whole water fast thing. I could
Oh yeah.
I could stabilize my this thing, and then after
I
that it
don't think
was
swallowing your cum counts as no nut.
we
High
had,
on protein.
we didn't have to go there. We didn't have to go there. We did not
Dude,
have
on
to
a
go
side
there.
note though, I really think like, I mean, I know that Google is like spying on all of us, like they're taking all our voice feeds. So after the day we spoke about the water fast, the next day I started getting like recommendations talking about the water fast.
Dude,
Like
as,
what to
Oh,
do,
I
not to do
ended
on
up
water fast.
accidentally going on like a weird fucking diet for the week. Okay. So
What was that?
I've basically so for like the past week, okay, I've basically been surviving on just fruits and black coffee.
why?
What?
Huh?
Why? Is it like
I
a
don't know. There was
conscious thing?
there was like a bunch of there was like a bunch of good fruits which I bought. I'm like, okay, I don't want to get them spoiled, so I'm gonna eat them now. And black coffee because black coffee is amazing, bro.
Vishnu, what? Fuck.
Come on, talk, Nepal. No, talk. This is your moment.
What are
You got
good
one
fruits
shot.
that I hear of?
Huh? What?
I,
You're not using a moment very well. Nepal.
What are good fruits?
let us move on from this
Oh,
moment.
okay. Well, I think what he's asking is
He
what
sounds
kind,
like
what kind of fruits?
he sounds like the drug guy from
Oh.
Superbad. Like
I know there's been like custard apples, fucking apples, oranges, bunch of stuff.
Custard apples, man. I miss that shit, dude.
Fucking delicious, dude.
Yeah, it's
Never
one of the
used to
best
be into
fruits in
that
India.
stuff.
Do you think
Never
like the
used to be
fruits in
into
the
that.
tropics are the best fruits? So like I had this conversation with my mom. She was like, "You think?"
Duh.
And why do you think that is? Because they get more sunlight, and so that.
Okay, wait. So we get the most in India. We get a fuck ton of fruits, right? So we have a bunch of like endemic stuff, mangoes and whatnot, which we only get here. Okay, plus all the temperate fruits, they just come up from north because they're cheap as fuck, and they send them here because they can make more money off it, right?
The apples, yeah.
So muscle.
Apples.
Muscle. Do you know why? So the reason why India and China and places like that are the most populous areas is because of agriculture. Like the first civilization
for
showed
sure,
up because of
for
that.
sure.
And I think
Yeah, exactly.
close to
We have like the
60% of-
oldest fucking.
60% of all arable land exists in this belt, basically.
Huh, I see.
Yeah.
So basically, anyone who wasn't a pussy and like didn't want stuff handed to them, they went up north and they searched for cold regions and settled there. That's why.
Basically.
Yeah. So they're like.
No,
That's why
so
all the yogis go to the Himalayas.
So it's a like a so you have to decide between, okay, do I want to be flooded every now and then and have to deal with this fucking sticky hot air, but I get food, or do I want to go to a place where it feels nice but the food is fucking fish, okay, and potatoes.
I think it takes a certain amount of
and chips.
character. It takes a certain amount of character to actually do that whole journey, right?
Yeah, you end up being like Hitler, basically. You end up being Hitler. That's what happens to you.
What the fuck? Hitler was a pussy,
Hey,
dude.
hey.
Hitler
Yeah,
was
yeah.
a little
Hitler
bitch.
Let's give it to the British Empire
no.
Yeah.
because those guys fucking did it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The Vikings and all of them, all the Slavs, all the Russians, yeah, they're the real OGs, dude.
Yeah. Fucking masters of the
Are
craft.
Are they though?
Yeah,
for sure,
dude. For
Bro,
sure.
like, but
Oh,
then-
I used to have
look
this.
at- if you look at
I
it-
used to have this one
Yeah.
half Russian, half Indian friend. Yeah, and he was a chill motherfucker. We used to spar a lot, like karate, Anyway, he got like hella ripped, and turns out he's gay.
Which explains why he's not in Russia. And he's half Indian.
Dude, honestly, I think it's just the gay guys that are really ripped because
Are you trying to tell us something, muscle?
yeah, I'm fair as fuck, so I have no issues there. But yeah,
So wait.
I think all the ripped guys are gay.
Probably. I mean, they're like, listen. I mean, I'd fuck me, right?
Yeah,
That makes sense.
exactly.
So, talking
Nice
about hella ripped gay people. Nipple, what's up? What have you been up to?
But
Nipple?
nipple?
Are you
Can
alive?
you hear me though?
Yeah, we can.
Yes!
Oh, now we can hear you very well. Now that Sugar
Oh,
Daddy is
wow.
gone.
But my
Moving on.
so sound is coming from the headset. I'm talking to the phone.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Dude. Say something. Add to the conversation.
What's up?
Say something. I'm giving up on
Oh, wait.
you.
So, Nipple, wait, do you count as DASA or.
I'm DASA. I have to pay twice, but I have less money than DASA.
No, he's Sark.
So-
he's not exactly DASA. But
No.
he's-
Sark only came up afterwards, right? After
No,
my year.
no. Sark was there in our batch also, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Are
there
you
from
sure it
all
wasn't Sark countries?
Yeah, it was Sark countries, but they have like half the fees that we have.
Ah, okay.
They have to pay half the amount that DASA people
That makes sense.
because they're intrinsically poorer.
Huh.
Again,
So,
peasants.
What was the first DASA issue you had to deal with, Nipple?
Yeah. What was the culture
Okay,
shock?
so this is cool. So when I got to the college, so all I had a phone and a laptop, a shitty laptop. So the guy in the hostel office tells me we're not allowed to have phones or laptops in this college.
What?
Yeah, that happened, but we didn't give a shit. We were like, fuck that. We keep
Yeah.
I'm from
same, I
Nepal.
was
I
like-
don't get this shit. Okay.
Because they say that because it might get stolen. So like as
Ah,
soon as kids come to college, yeah, if they have all the stuff, like it might get stolen in the first week because kids are not used to managing, electronics and stuff like that. In like a place where there's a lot of other kids, it's just like
Oh, dude, a lot of phones got stolen in first year. Like they were hidden in like the flush tank and stuff.
Are you trying to tell us something, Sugar Daddy?
The only thing of mine that almost got stolen.
Oh, dude, my
was
laptop
my,
got stolen. My laptop got stolen. Like in my fourth year, I was doing my major project. Like so, there was this one night I came back at like 2 o'clock from the lab, and I had my I was just like dead
Wait, the
tired.
Surface
All my
Book?
project report, not the Surface Book. It was it was a Lenovo gaming station laptop. It was like the rad laptop at the time. And I came back from the lab and I had like all of my work, okay, and mine is like an original project, so I had like a whole bunch of experimental records and stuff like that. Our report is on it and everything is on it, and I come back and I just pass out in my room, and in the morning my bag is not there. I'm like, wait, what was I tripping on? Like, where did I put my bag? And then I just like walk through the corridor and I see my bag next to the bathroom. And it's just like open my lap, and then I still don't realize. Okay, I just go pick up my bag. I'm like, oh, thank God, my laptop's in there, fine. And I take it and I walk back. I'm like, why is this significantly lighter? And then like the laptop's not there, and apparently an Andhra dude had taken it and he just left because they had done their project and he was going home. And like I was just like stuck. I was, like all of my work is in there, and then I had to go convince my guide, and I told them that like, hey, listen, I have the project, it's working. I'll show it to you and I'll explain to you what I did. Please give me grades. And then she gave me like a good grade for it. I think I got an A or something. So that was nice.
But you never got
sadly,
laptop back.
No, I never got it. And plus like, so it was like during the leaving time.
So you knew the guy. You knew who took it.
So I figured out who took it. Like I went to the hostel warden's office and I checked the register, like when people were signing out and stuff like that. And I found out like there was this Andhra room. I think it was 224. It's just like the room below mine. And I asked a bunch of people over there, like, did you see somebody and stuff like that. So I did some detective work. But then the thing was that like that guy had left, and then I had to file a police complaint and all of that stuff. And I just like wanted to leave that shithole. So I just like didn't bother at the end of the day. I was like, screw this. My work is done.
A very DASA thing to do.
Very DASA thing to do. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
It's
screw
like
this stuff, I'm done.
time versus money. Not worth it.
Not worth it. I think screw this shit. I'm leaving. And like there was like
I hate these motherfuckers who steal stuff, dude. I hate them.
I know, right?
I hate it. It is such a bad quality.
I'm looking at you, Bear. Give me back my
Wait, Bear is here?
processor.
Bear might listen to it. No, but at least he acknowledges that he stole it.
Yeah. Bear is like Robin Hood, except he keeps all the stuff for himself.
Yeah.
He's
He
a
just
Robin Hood
steals
for
from the
himself.
rich and makes himself rich.
He's a Robin Hood for himself.
He's a hood Robin.
Good Robin. No, so there was this one time when there was this mass, like this like serial robbery going on.
Yeah,
Like, I
they
think,
caught the guy and
some-
beat him up, no?
Yeah, and his name turned out to be Prince Pappu, and he was and he was never supposed to be in the college. Somebody else wrote his entrance exam for him in Haryana or something. Bihar, and then finally he got it. And so when the investigation got further into the whole thing, they found all this stuff out, and the guy was literally so. People were about to like beat him up, like so. All the Bihari people, they've had enough. They already have like enough bad reputation. So they were like, we're going to like beat the hell out of this guy. And
Hey, wait.
fearing this,
Sugar Daddy.
yeah.
Wasn't there a bathroom story? Did you already tell that in a podcast or?
Wait, which bathroom story? There's so many bathroom stories.
So you know what? One day when you were in a bathroom smoking up and you started hearing weird noises.
Oh, right.
Okay, we'll get to that. Talk about the Bihari guy beaten up.
So it was around the same time, like after the Bihari story, this happens. Yeah, so this guy he
Bihari
comes. So the warden, warden is like really scared that this like all these guys are going to like beat him up. So he comes and puts him in this DASA room because he's like DASA people are not going to like kill people. They're like soft people, so it's okay. And and that room was like right next to my room. And we had to like sort of protect this guy. And in between this, what happens is Pudya Jyoti lives like on the floor above, and he's like the the baddest guy in first year at that point. Okay, and like he used to be like so crazy that
Baddest guy.
baddest guy. Like so, he used to like walk on the corridor smoking a cigarette and stuff. Like he used to be like that guy. And then like when somebody catches, he's like, yeah, so I did it. What's the big deal? Like like deal with it, be a man, kind of. Seems like he used to say that to the warden. So that was him, and people thought that this guy had stolen all of that because he was a stoner, and they thought like from what was the Nani name that used to Jack Nani, right?
Jack Nanis.
Jack Nanis, yeah. So Jack Nanis had a previous history of doing the same thing. Like he tied a bunch of laptops and strung it together and threw it from behind the hostel terrace or something like that. So they thought to buy heroin.
Including our
To buy
very own
heroin.
Rajans.
Yes, hard disk and a fan. Yeah, which he fought for. Respect to Rajan. Yeah, he got it back, and then we became good friends with Jack Nanis again.
He fought with Jack Nanis for
He
his
fought with Jack Nanis. Yes. He took Jack Nanis's arch nemesis Harsha with him. I will trade Harsha for the fan.
This must be so random for people listening to this, no?
Oh god, dude, yeah. So it was pretty random for us also back then. So
Anyway, we need to get Jack Nanis on someday to talk about all this.
Yeah. So then after this, then this whole Prince Pappu scene happens, and that guy gets like sent away unscathed because of the DASA protection that.
Wait, even Pudya Jyoti didn't beat him up?
No. Pudya Jyoti got accused a lot, and then we had to we stood by Pudya Jyoti. We were like, the small stoner circle that existed
Yeah.
back then. We stood by Pudya Jyoti. We were like, no, he didn't do any of that stuff. He's Arki. He's not here half the time anyway. So that was his like defense. And then they luckily found this guy, and he had hidden all the phones inside the flush tank of the toilets. He put it in a nice plastic, one of those
Cover,
zipper
yeah,
bags,
zip
and
bags,
then zip bags. And
Hey,
then
that
he
was
put
your
them all in there.
how to hide your drugs.
Hide
One day.
yeah. Yes. This is how this is the OG invention of that tip.
Prince Pappu.
Prince Pappu the bad.
Dude,
If he's so listening
why
to
didn't
this-
the DASA people at least beat him up? Like, at least a couple of hits, dude.
No, DASA people were pussies, bro. Back then, like they wouldn't like beat
Back
people up.
then,
They're like,
no.
"Oh, why would we get in
Back then.
trouble and stuff like that?"
Back then, no.
It's
That's still fun.
It's one of the
Yeah,
characteristics
true.
of being DASA.
Yeah, so one of the
DASA, yeah.
characteristics of DASA people is that spoiled, rich,
And do not like confrontation. Like, hates confrontation.
Yeah.
it's very
So-
ahimsa. I mean, even Gandhi was a fucking DASA.
Yeah.
Got fucking studied in South Africa.
He was the OG DASA.
The OG DASA, yes, right. So after this happens, this whole Prince Pappu scene clears. There was this one time I go to the bathroom, and I was like, I think I was like smoking up over there, or I was like taking a shower or something in one of the bathrooms, and the one next to mine, I'm like standing there, I'm like taking a shower or something, and then the one next to mine, I'm hearing like sounds like moaning and groaning, and I'm like, this is unusual for a bathroom. Like, it should come from if it comes from the cupboard, it's okay. Like, that makes sense. But no, this doesn't make sense. And then there's water coming out. I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, I need to get out of here. And then I'm like, I switch off my shower so that I can like pinpoint like what is happening. I hear two noises now. Like, there are two sounds. I'm like really kind of confused by this point. And then I just like
Because
walk
it's
out
a
of the
boys'
bathroom.
hostel and like.
Two sounds from a bathroom with a shower in it.
Yeah, you don't have
And
synchronized
wait,
jerking off.
It doesn't
you know.
end there. And like when I finally like confirmed that some shit's going down, it was when like this guy was like, "Hey bro, can you pass the soap?" From inside the same bathroom, right? And I'm like, you guys are sharing a soap. Okay, now I know what's going on. And I
so
just,
they don't
like,
want to
quickly
drop
walk
it.
out. They didn't want to drop it, yeah. So I just quickly get out of the washroom, and I'm just like walking out, and I see like a whole crowd standing next to the bathroom. Everybody's listening to this stuff, yeah. And I'm like, that was not me. And I just like walked out because that
Who
made
was
sense
it though?
because so there were like a very people from Lakshadweep apparently.
Oh, guess fuck?
Yeah, very.
Oh, okay. I mean, our college is not very conducive.
No, they were perfectly fucking two straight
Oh,
men
yeah.
just butt fucking each other. Like real men.
Yeah, our college is not very conducive.
As long
for,
as you don't make
the
eye
rainbow flag.
contact, okay? As long as you don't make eye contact, it's not gay.
So how did that
My dick-
situation?
My dick never touched his dick. I just put it up his ass, okay?
How did that whole situation diffuse, dude? Did you wait and see what happened?
Someone came.
People didn't have the patience to wait. Oh god. So people basically like they waited for a while and then they all got bored. They like got the same sounds, so they all left. And but then these guys turned out to be cool dudes though.
I mean,
They
why
were
not?
chill people.
They're just gay, that's all.
Yeah.
But yeah, our
And
college
they were
is not
having-
very conducive to, experimentation.
Yeah, so when I watched Muthon, that's like the only thing that was like flashing in my head. I kept telling Beard all the time. I'm like, yeah, so this happened. It's just like flashing. And then I understood like why
Muthon is about gay people?
half of
Yeah.
yeah. So spoiler alert.
fuck,
like,
you
there's
spoiled the movie.
And a bunch of it is shot in Lakshadweep, so it's like right in the alley.
Right in the ass.
Alley. Yeah.
Alley to the... Yeah, okay. I need to watch that movie at some point. I'm waiting
Oh,
for it
dude,
to
yeah,
come
you
out
have
on
to watch
Blu-ray or
that
something.
film.
Does it come out in
Blu-ray. Oh, you're waiting for it to come in? Blu-ray. Bhutan. Oh. Per.
I expect that all of them release in Blu-ray, right?
Sure.
Or
Great expectations.
at least 720p.
Yeah, sure.
Something, yeah.
720p, yeah. 720pp.
So overall in the movie, it's not understood that they're gay or.
Oh,
Oh, no, now you have to watch that movie to find that out.
Yeah, exactly. Watch the movie. It's worth the watch, actually. It was like a really good movie.
Hey, Rambo is
brilliant
out.
film.
Rambo is out. This thing
Rambo?
Yeah, Rambo.
Wait, isn't like...
The last Rambo movie.
Yeah. I wonder whether it's any good.
I heard it's okay. I heard it's like very Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, it's just like they're trying to like...
Look, you gotta hand
the
it to
dead
that
horse.
motherfucker, okay?
Dude, yeah,
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
did you know that Schwarzenegger is pretty much like almost vegetarian now?
No, he's vegan,
almost?
dude. He's vegan.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Dude, there's this
You
documentary.
remember
That
those
movie?
nature memes? Do you
Game
remember those
changers.
nature memes? Do you remember those nature
I-
memes with Schwarzenegger sitting in nature with deers around him?
Yeah.
Like that just happened. Like it's true now.
Yeah.
So,
see this as an absolute win.
I watched that documentary Game Changers.
Game Changers,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think
and
about it?
So look, I saw the documentary, and although I like what they're going for, it is what made me made up my mind. I'm like, I'm gonna eat a steak today.
So Joe had some guy on his podcast who completely debunked the whole Game Changers documentary. Like he pointed out all the problems and all the things that they got wrong in their documentary. I don't know who it was, but like it's one of the recent podcasts. So
But no, I genuinely look. It was an okay podcast, but it felt too much like actual propaganda, like vegan propaganda.
no.
Okay.
Are you talking about the documentary?
Yeah, the documentary.
Yeah. So Joe had a person who debunked the documentary. So he pretty much sat there talking about how this is vegan propaganda and what are the things that they got wrong in like the nutrition part of the documentary, how much actual like protein you get and how much food you have to actually eat to get that much protein.
Yeah, you have to. The main thing about going veg is that you have to eat more because you aren't satiated as easily.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like that is the main thing with veg. It's easier to get fat because you have to eat more. And especially if you're in India, most of like it's not actually vegan, right? It's like lacto vegetarian.
Yeah.
It's like the diet you follow here. Because if you don't eat like milk or milk products, you can't fucked here.
Yeah, and they also talk about the various problems that would actually come up if the whole world went vegan, because like the whole growing crops, like growing that much food for all this.
Exactly.
people
Growing that much food crops is not a
would
healthy thing to
destroy
do.
the earth. Would actually destroy the earth. So yeah.
Fucking vegans.
But what is your opinion about factory? No, not factory. Like lab grown meat, like meat that is just grown from cells.
So I'd be an early adopter for it. Okay, the moment it comes out in India, because I have a feeling that like lab grown good, like a good lab grown meat might end up being better than half the actual beef cuts you get here.
Yeah, true.
Right.
I think the biggest problem with Indian cows is there's like very little marbling.
No, and not just that. We don't we don't go for cuts. You usually just get it cut down, right?
Yeah, we don't go.
There are a few places now though. Like I found like a couple of places which have good steak. Okay, like actually good steak. But then like the problem is still the fact that you know. Yeah, in Trivandrum. I'll take you guys there. Come here.
It's the only Kerala place. I mean, Kerala is the only place that you can actually. It's like the last stronghold of the meat eaters.
Yeah, last stronghold of the meat eaters.
True that. Oh, did you hear that Pamela Anderson apparently sent a letter to Modi asking him to like promote veganism?
Yeah, so Pamela is another bitch like that.
Yeah.
She went full
Borat.
she went full
Borat,
pita.
yeah.
She went full pita.
Yeah, she was full
Okay,
pita.
but no, listen. Talking about going full bitch.
Even Ricky Gervais went full PETA, dude. That was the last person I thought would go vegan.
Ricky Gervais?
he's been vegan for ages now, so yeah.
Oh damn.
I mean, yeah, but is he like officially part of PETA?
Yeah, he was very
No.
PETA. He was very PETA. He was always very PETA.
PETA is kind of stupid
Dude,
though. Like the actual
Yeah, like, see,
organization is pretty stupid.
Yeah, like I mean, like WWF and stuff like that is like pretty cool. That's okay, but then PETA is just like, oh god, like it's a very apologetic group, you know.
So they kill the most number of domestic animals. They have
Yeah,
this,
exactly. They basically put down most of the animals that come through their doors.
Yeah, so-
and that's what makes them like kind of hypocritical because they're fucking cunts.
they have these kill shelters. So if any animal that they feel is like even slightly unadoptable, they just kill it. They just put it down.
But then, bro, like I checked that out. Like I think I had this conversation with you. Like I went to their website and I checked it out, and the ones they put down are like in horrible condition. Like
No,
there
that's
was like one cat.
No.
That's what they say, but
Yeah,
they
but
actually
like if you
put down
actually
a
look
lot of
at the
animals.
numbers, right?
Yeah.
Like if you look at like a lot of the actual shelters, like other shelters, right? They have dogs that have actual diseases. Like my sister worked in a shelter for a while and kind of volunteers at one, right? So the thing is, like some of the dogs are sick, okay, and they will die eventually, okay, and some of them have like disease, like they're blind or like they've lost an eye or some shit like that. Okay, if they were taken to like a PETA shelter, those would be put down.
Oh damn! Okay.
They don't give the dogs or the animals any chance. Like if you're perfect,
Yeah.
you might get adopted, but
Exactly.
otherwise
And if you're not adopted within a certain number of days, they put the dog down.
Put the dog down. So that's my whole gripe with domesticating animals. Like I mean the domesticated animal scene, because I don't think people should have like pets unless they can really like
Take care of them.
Take care of it. I think there should
Exactly.
be
Like
as-
you need to be able to like sustain your own life before you actually manage to get yourself a pet, right?
Dude,
That
there
is-
should be actual laws like how you have kids, yeah? Like how you need to take care of
Exactly.
your kids. You need to have the same laws for animals.
But isn't there like a pet license or something like that?
Yeah, that's
No.
But that's not in
The
India.
only closest thing you have to a pet license is a pet passport, and that just means you are. So we have to move our cat from.
in like so in Dubai and places like that, you need to have a license to own a pet.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck no. We had a pet back in Dubai. We didn't have a
I
license.
had, like, a
but if
bunch
you
of
want to,
birds.
so if you want to move your pet, right? If you want to, so the thing is, when
Yeah,
you
you
take
need
your
a
pet to a vet, then you need a pet passport. That is to move it from one country to another country. So we had to carry our cat, which is called Poocha.
You called the cat Poocha itself. How original.
The cat
No,
will be
so
like so
listen,
meh, right?
you want to
Very,
know?
like,
you want to know
you
what its official
unimaginative
name on the
ones.
passport is? So my dad had to make up like a name for the cat on the spot because we just call it Poocha, right? It's like, okay, so what do you call your cat on the passport? It's like, oh, we called it Hannah Banana.
Dude, this sounds like the origin story of Scooby Doo.
Hey, did you see the photo of Sakar in a suit?
Oh yes.
I need to look at this.
Dude,
I've seen
Sakar
Sakar in so many different costumes.
Sakar is in a full suit, looking fly as fuck.
Yeah. And did you see the one where he has that whole Gurkha cap on?
No. Let me check
Yeah.
that
So
out.
that exists. That's his DP, I think.
No, he's not wearing any Gurkha cap in his deep.
From
Check
where
out
I
his
come
DP.
from, that's just called a cap.
It's,
Oh, I see. Everybody's a Gurkha there.
that's
They grow
nipple.
Gurkhas in Nepal.
Nipple has spoken.
You know, like Gurkha is a type of vegetable in Kerala. Like you have Gurkha thoran.
So
Does it at least look?
well, let's get back to the topic, right?
And Gurkhas turn into vegetables too.
So DASA.
So back to the actual topic.
We barely talked about DASA problems, dude. We only talked. We got
Exactly.
stuck in the toilet. We have been.
We talked about another DASA problem. That's like all DASA people's stuff gets stolen because they think DASA people are stupid and they like not retaliate. They don't want their shit
Yeah,
back.
so
Which
the
is
thing
true.
is, most
Which is true.
most
Yeah,
DASA
it's
people
true.
here are not very like street smart in college because
Yeah.
like there are a bunch of things you have to actually get accustomed to.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, like-
one is
like,
the
you know, we
lack
stand in,
of
like,
food
queues.
options.
Oh yeah, that too.
No, the thing is, we would be more accustomed to things that we're used to. Like for example, if you drop one of those Nardan dudes in the Gulf, like you just drop them there, they'll fucking struggle, dude.
Oh, dude,
Exactly.
but they make it all right. Like by
Yeah,
within
I
like
mean,
1
that's
year, they're like
right,
best
you
friends with these
adapt, improvise, overcome.
Yeah.
Like exactly like we make it in India.
Not
Yeah.
everyone does. That's
So-
the whole point about being DASA. Like I mean, like we stand like in queues and stuff, and then you see the local people like queue. That's it. Cut this guy. Ask for change.
We don't do that here.
You don't do that here, yeah. Keep the change apparently. Like, what are you talking about? I live with this shit. Inna pidicha mittai. Ornode irikkatte. ചേട്ടാ ഈ പൂരിയിൽ ഒരുപാട് എണ്ണയുണ്ട് അവിടെ ഓ ഇത് പോലെ കഴിക്കേണ്ടത്
So my main gripe was with the actual food scenes, okay?
Yeah.
And the fact that I had to be stuck in the mess and I was just paying for food that I didn't really eat very much because I went from like a good solid like 80 something chunk to like a good 57 kilos,
bro.
okay?
Yeah.
That was not
You pulled
just
a-
the food though.
Yeah, but the
pulled a
food,
Christian
look,
Bale.
if there was more food, okay, I would have probably done what I was doing in like Bangalore when I was with Sugar Daddy, which is get really
Oh,
fucking
God.
high and order from Leon Grill. Okay?
Oh god, we ate so much Leon Grill and McDonald's, dude. Oh my god.
Like I have tried every single one of their combos. Okay.
Yeah. Dude, you remember those days that like you'll be just so like tripping balls and then you'll just like go through all the menu there is and then still not make a decision in life. I'm like, and then it's just like, oh, what is my life? I have to make decisions and stuff. Like, come on, give me a break.
Yeah, exactly. You know, when you're in college, you have like 3 options: mess, canteen, or like Smokies. Okay, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh, dude,
is
Smokies
replaced.
came way later though. Like, Smokies came in like my 3rd year. Like, back in the day,
There was
only the
Bakehouse before that.
Yeah, there was Bakehouse, exactly. There was
As
just
soon
Bakehouse
as
and Brost. And Brost.
Brost was
yeah.
the OG.
Yeah.
Now Brost
and then
is left
before
behind.
before Smokies, there was another place. I forgot what it was called. It was like a grill and all that stuff, and they were just like.
Yeah, that place was also pretty nice. They had
was
like
brilliant. Yeah,
they had good
really
chicken.
stuff. Yeah. And then Smokies showed up, and yeah, we became their.
After
like,
that,
primary
a
customers.
couple more places. Kids these days are spoiled.
I know. Right? They have Swiggy. Come on, like yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like lucky bastards. We had to actually get someone to talk on the phone for us.
We had to like jump
'Cause I don't
jump
wanna
the
talk on the
wall and
phone.
stuff. Oh yeah,
So,
I mean it doesn't end there, dude. It jump walls.
At one point, I was calling Smokies like so much that they pretty much knew exactly how we wanted our order. Right?
Yeah. Dude, so
It was
I
like, okay,
so they had
Call
my
them
number.
and they're like, okay, Lebanese roll, no vegetables, and tandoori roti with fries.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
We know how many
Dude,
Lebanese
they had my
rolls you
number.
want. It's
They
pretty
started
much-
sending me like good morning messages on WhatsApp and stuff. Like, we have a new
okay, I
promotion
wasn't the
coming
only
up.
one. And
So
so,
that's when you know you're
right
DASA
after
enough.
that, they started this delivery service called Food It Now. Okay, and I had the owners. I had the owner's number, so I could test him.
But technically, Food It Now was not Smokies people. It was like a bunch of.
No. Food It Now came after that, right? Food It Now, you can't like order your specific stuff. You have to like order from the other places that opened up.
Yeah. Dude, is Food It Now still a thing in college?
I don't know. I think Swiggy came up, right?
Last time I heard, Food It Now was doing better than Swiggy apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, because food now gets you food from the city at night.
Yeah. I think even Swiggy does that,
Swiggy
no?
has like, bro,
No,
Swiggy
Swiggy
has
does
like
not.
some 4 or 5
Swiggy
options
only-
and it's closed half the time.
Yeah, Swiggy only has like the stuff in your vicinity.
Okay.
So let's get to the movie. Okay, the movie for the day is one of the most DASA movies you can probably
Superbad.
bring up, which is Superbad. Okay. Like every other person in college, this movie is about some dweebs who want to fucking party and get laid, okay?
Yeah.
And both practically don't happen for a very long time, like every DASA cunt will figure out. You know all the college ideas you had? Yeah, that only happens in pornos and fucking movies.
Just
okay?
lock it up in the flush tank.
You want
That's
the
it.
reality? It's actually just a bunch of dudes sitting in a room getting fucking high. Okay? Imagine this podcast, but inside a very cramped room and a lot of smoke. That is what college life is.
And all the action that you get is on WhatsApp.
And the only thing that really like touches your dick for the most part is your own hand.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky, some Lakshadweep dude.
And old people in the bus.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh shit.
Or people in the
shit.
bus.
I was not. I was
flow,
not.
like the
you
most
you went to
if you're
Kozhikode
the
that
cool
one.
person in the group, you'll end up having experiences like McLovin.
Oh, McLaren, bro. Or the organ donor.
You mean like sugar
You
daddy?
had
Like the
I can't donate any organs, bro. I
Yeah,
don't
but-
even donate blood
yeah,
because
but,
I might give diabetes to somebody.
I think you have had like the most action in college among all of us. In college.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, in college.
in college.
Yes. That is my
Specifically
area of expertise.
inside college.
All around campus.
All around campus.
No, because like the thing was that it was more like local area network kind of like I mean, like outside college was a very unfriendly place in Calicut, at least at that time. Like this was just before that whole Kiss of Love and everything went down. There was a place called Downtown Burgers, and we were there before, like around the time it opened, and then this whole shit went down over there. People got beaten up, and then the whole Kiss of Love happens.
Wait,
And
was
after
it
that,
was it you that
No,
caused
no,
the
no, no,
crowd
no,
of-
no, 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 no.
He was part of the crowd beating people up.
No, I would probably be the guy who just sees this and like notes it down, like, one more place, not go here. Okay?
Do not
Cut
go
this
here.
out the list. Do not go here.
Let us
And,
restrict area to campus.
Yeah, and it was after this that they started opening OYOs and stuff like that in Calicut. Just right after this.
But that
So I
stopped.
was like-
That stopped. No.
Yeah. But like it was active for a while
Yeah.
during my time there, and we utilized it. Like whatever
Yeah, it
opportunity
was
came by.
it was kind of
If
my
you
bread and
want
butter.
free Oreos, use the coupon code 5Z50.
to get 50% off on your
Kodikali.
on your Kozhikode, exactly.
Kodikali.
While the rest of us only got roast.
Smoking the
As he was
broster,
out there grinding to be the Corey. For
Dude,
all
but
the
our college
Dasakans,
was messed up.
that
Our
are
college
gonna
was
get
messed up in that
stuck
regard.
with the label Corey, what it means is you're more like an unsuccessful player.
You are no sugar daddy.
You've been friend zoned and in the grey area for too long. Have you seen that French video of how to get out of the friend zone? Doesn't exist.
Oh,
Friend
dude,
zone.
I don't know that
That
those
thing
videos just stopped, huh?
Yeah. He made a bunch of them though, and then he stopped. Yeah.
Stopped, yeah.
Creative
he
block.
still make casually
creative block.
explained, right?
No, not casually explained.
Is this French
This
too?
was just some Amine or something like that. Nova.
Yeah, but talking about the movie and talking about people making stuff, Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, Bill Hader, all these guys.
This is
this
all
is
the
their-
fucking lit
Breakthrough film.
goddamn comedians, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
this
this
was
is
their-
like our
this was like the
our
Inherior
generation
Nagar
of
of
like
West
comedians.
Hollywood.
yeah, pretty much. This was
This is
their.
like our generation of comedy, right?
Yeah.
This is like the
Yeah,
origin
yeah,
of it. Like,
Yes.
This was their
oh,
breakthrough
but
movie.
dude, exactly. You know, like this is like I fucking love it. Like even the beginning, like got to be. I mean, like it's like fucking lit, right? Like this guy, all the dicks.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
I
Yeah.
can't stop drawing dicks.
There's like 8% of people in the world this happens to.
So the thing is, when they shot that
Of
scene,
all
they couldn't
kinds.
show the kids the dicks, right? So it was. So where were we? Oh yeah, we were all
yeah.
talking about dicks, right?
Oh yeah. But I guess like that is like a thing among guys. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
guys
we
just
draw
tend
dicks
to
on
do that.
everything, right? Like
Everything,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like like another thing that he says. Like I realize how much food is actually shaped like dicks. That makes sense. Like from cars to missiles to buildings, everything
Fucking
is shaped like a
most
dick.
temples are like shaped like dicks because
Dicks, yeah.
yeah.
No, I mean I mean I get why feminists are pissed off. I see why it is.
Yeah, I mean they
It's
only
like-
get
it's like, in
they
their
only
face
get
all the
the
time.
mosques shaped like
Mosques.
cities. So let us try and actually discuss the topic for a bit. Well, so yeah, we talked about what having to shit in a hole. We talked about the Jada scenes. We talked about the fact that you can't get Cully.
Yeah,
And,
and the whole food scenes.
Exactly. And finally, the language thing can be an issue. Okay, like so if you look at my condition, right? So I had to, when you're being ragged and you're made to talk in like pure Malayalam, make sure to learn at least one Malayalam song so that you aren't slapped around. I don't know whether this
Yeah.
even applies anymore, but that used to be the condition back in my day.
Yeah. That used to be the case. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
so-
they used to like catch you on like they'll ask you what department you're from, and if you say like Triple E or something like that.
No.
they'll
You gotta say the
immediately
full
slap.
name, right?
Full name, like electrical and Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Yes. And then I mean, and you still get slapped anyway. But
But you know, you don't get
This is
slapped
how
for the
you-
other thing.
Yeah. You get only slapped once. And bro, like one thing that used to annoy me the most was the whole Jada thing. Like
Yeah, I mean that is kind of so the fact that more like you are
and guys can't sit with girls. Like that was like
exactly,
crazy
you know, there's a
thing.
bunch of stuff that's like a lot more conservative, and that's kind of funny coming from like a Muslim country. Okay,
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
So you
Think
would
about it, bro. Just think
Yeah,
about
exactly.
it. Feisty
You
got
would
more action in Saudi than.
Then yeah, exactly. Then
At least there's a parda to hide under.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's fucking weird. Like you would think coming here would actually make it a lot more like would be a lot more liberating, but it's not. Like, and I mean that's changing. That was changing by the time I got out.
Oh
but
yeah,
then,
yeah. Dude, the whole Ion scene that happened, that's what changed everything. Like people.
Yeah,
started moving
exactly.
out
You
of,
know, like people
hostels.
are learning how to party together, and
Exactly,
like you
yeah.
know, it's becoming the whole inclusive actual college
Yeah.
experience that you see sort of
Exactly, yeah.
scenes.
Yeah,
Right?
dude. Like in my year, like my roommate and my ex's best friend. So they got like you know that whole walk into the LH, right? Like there's that
Yes,
road
yes.
that goes in front of the ATM and all that. And they were just like holding hands or something like that over there. And this Mija was the HOD at the point. I mean, not the HOD, the LH warden at the time. And she was also like our like class teacher or something like that in Tripoli. Like we were all in Tripoli. And this other guy like that she was dating was like my roommate was computer science. And she found them like just like that. And she made like a whole issue, called up their parents, and then the entire department gets to know. And this girl, she gets like kind of like a PTSD kind of a thing. She already has like panic attacks and stuff like that. She just got like really bad, and then they broke up and all of that stuff, like which is kind of unnecessary. Like is what I'm trying
Exactly.
to
You
say.
know, like there's this really pointless traditional
Yeah,
values.
I mean, so when
thing that's impressed.
when that LH protest happened at some point, like there's this OG guy Paul Joseph in our
Oh,
department.
he's a fucking amazing dude.
He's a legend, yeah. So I was like, so all the girls were there, and I was like, you guys should meet this guy. Like, you should like talk to this guy. And then like I took them to him, and then they start like explaining the problem to this guy, and he's like, ഇവർക്കൊക്കെ എന്ത് കടിയാ ആണുങ്ങളും പെണ്ണുങ്ങളും അല്ല കൈ കുറത്ത് നടക്കണ്ടേ ആണുങ്ങളും I was like that's kind of anti-LGBT but cool, like it's with the vibe.
Yeah, exactly. He means well.
he makes a good point. Yeah, he means well. Yeah.
Need a translation.
So is it boys and boys that should be holding hands? Is it boys and boys that should be holding hands? No, it should be boys and girls, right? So what's the problem?
So what is the problem? Like, what are they trying to make everybody gay? Is that like the communist gay agenda?
Yeah, exactly. Like NITC water turns the fucking students gay. And that's why you never set foot into the bathroom.
Oh shit, like dude, that bathrooms were just messed up. But then like they got better though, like later.
Yeah, everything's improving. I mean, in general, like the whole attitude is being shifted. And so look, one thing, if you're DASA, like make sure not to restrict yourself to the DASA crowd, because that's kind of a dick move to do.
Dude. Another thing that like used to flip me out, and I've seen a lot of DASA people flipping out, is all the different varieties of insects that show up.
Oh,
Like, have you seen those big ass locusts?
yeah, I'm used to just killing a lot of insects, so I'm okay with that.
Dude, I used to be like this ahimsa guy. I'm like, oh no, we should not kill pranis and all of that. So we should like throw them out, and I'll always be around somebody who can get that done. Some guy will just come, like some local guy will come, he'll catch this by the tail, like it's like it doesn't matter, put it in a kupi and throw it out. And I'm like, dude,
I've always been chappal is the best solution to all your insect
Oh,
problems.
so I have a story, like, so glucose, okay, platypus glucose. He in my, I think, second year, we were in Mega, and first day over there, it was like really dark, and we turned on the tube light, and this whole like bunch of species of moths just show up, like huge as like tiger moths and stuff like that. Like I've never seen moths like this like in my life, and they all just like show up, and because like light, and I can relate to that, like like because I am a moth for all practical purposes, and they're all there, and I'm like, the moment this happens, I'm like, all right, that's it, I'm a head out right now. And then I just like left the room. I'm standing outside. This is all happening at 1 a.m, and Lucas is like, dude, just come, like sleep, bro, like just sleep, it's not going to do anything, it's just an insect, and stay near the light. I'm like, no, that's not happening, get rid of them. And so this guy, he comes up with this brilliant solution. He takes a chula, and he just like throws it at the tube. And,
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm like, bro, like I didn't ask you to get rid of the tube, like get rid of the moths.
Well, it works.
And the whole thing just falls out, just like explodes over there, and I'm just like, dude, what did you just do? I can't see anything at this point. And then we went into the other room. We took the tube from there, put it over here, and then we were like, we need to like go detective on this stuff. Like we can't leave all the pieces over here. Like they'll ask like what happened to the other tube. And so we just like scraped all of the remains from the room, and we put it in the other room to just make it look like the tube just fell and broke on its own.
Fucking paranormal activity, huh?
Yeah, but that still didn't solve the moth problem, because this dumbass, he just turns on the light again once he puts the tube, and all the moths are like back, like I'm back, bitches.
So so one of the things that bugged me was the fact that I do not like Eastern music, right? So I was like, okay, fine, we need to find some good indie music, and yeah, I mean, initially there was only Thaikudam Bridge, but like I recently did a whole deep dive into like Indian music scenes, right? And let's talk about the bands for the day.
Bands.
Yeah. So
Quarter, Copper Plant.
Yes. So I looked into a couple of things, right? And do you guys know about the Revisit project? It's
Oh yes, they're brilliant.
I mean,
jazzy,
they're fucking
saxy
amazing.
thing.
Yeah, they're this funk band.
They have that whole Fearless Flyers vibe. Right?
Exactly. They're like proper funk soul.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was this video that went viral of the Fearless Players, right? Like where they're all with shades and they're playing. insane funk.
Yeah.
And these guys started out with this Aces of Spades, yeah. And these guys, Aces of Aces.
Aces of Aces.
And
yes.
these guys, they started playing the exact same style. Like in the first video, this guy also had like a cooling glass.
So the good thing is these guys had that album out before the Fearless Flyers actually. They had like this brown. Yeah, they had this album called
Brown Man's Jazz.
Brown Man's Funk. I think.
Funk. Yeah. No, that came after Fearless Flyers, bro.
No, that came before. The album came out before. The video came out after. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And so yeah, good funk band. I approve. You should definitely check them out.
The Revisit Project.
The Revisit Project. Yeah. And they also have a podcast, by the way, I think.
Right, yeah, they talk about music. They get on board and they talk about. But then that I felt was like,
man,
I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of.
It's no communist tone of propaganda.
Yeah. But they're like brilliant technically. They're really good musicians.
Yes. And you should definitely check them out.
People.
Right?
Yeah, so definitely check them out. And the other people were like Thermal and a Quarter was.
You met these guys, right? Blues, soft rock sort of band.
Yes. Yeah. So they used to be like a cover band initially, and then they became like a blues group. And so a friend of mine, like the other, Ramesh, right? Yeah. So it's like one of his uncles who play in Thermal and a Quarter. So this dude is probably in his late 30s and he's married. He has like a chill family and all that. And we went to his house. And it's when I went to his house that day, like I had like this bunch of pot in my bag, and then I go to his house and I just started. I'm like, this is probably not a good time for a family occasion. And then we just like talking, and then I figured, oh wait, you play in Thermal and Quarter, right? And then he's like, yeah, I'm this guy, and I was like, what, a big fan and all of that kind of stuff. And then we start talking. Chill guys, really good taste in music. And they even have an academy, a bunch of music academies in Bangalore. It's called Tak Academy, and
nice.
they're really cool. And they started the whole Bangalore blues scene.
Yeah. They have their own whole Bangalore blues as a genre thing. So one more.
And then there's Aviel and all of that.
Yeah, but Aviel and all we know. Have you guys heard of Copper Planet? So these guys used to come to These guys used to come to our college to perform. Chill motherfuckers. But recently they've like really stepped up their game. They've been releasing some tracks on YouTube.
Production quality is brilliant now.
And they're one of the few like good Indian prog bands that I know, right? And you should should definitely check them out.
Yeah,
right? Definitely worth a listen.
And they have like they've done like one thing, like I've seen a lot of people who play really well. But then there's like only very few people who can actually record their music really well.
Yeah.
And these guys
are one of those.
Brilliant mixing quality. Yeah, really good mixing quality. Nice layers, and things are not like fading out here and there. Like everything is pretty clear.
Exactly. And if you want like a good heavy band, go listen to like Downtroddence.
Yes.
Yeah, fucking brilliant. The guy with the beard, amazing fucking. Okay, let us finish it off. No, just a tip for the day. Okay, what is your DASA tip?
Hide in the lab. Don't go for infra. Hide your pot in the flush tank. Look after your laptops.
Yes.
Do some Malayalam.
Okay, my tips for DASA kid is make sure you get a bucket and mug and get used to using it. Learn how to shit in a hole. Learn some Malayalam. And try not to alienate yourself from the actual local crowd, because that's kind of a dick move and will just add to the whole Jada image. So vibe with everyone. Try to.
And it's important that you like
get back to your roots. Don't become a coconut. Do not become a coconut where you're brown on the outside and white on the inside.
Honestly speaking, I've learned a lot of like street smartness basically.
Exactly. It's an important experience. Like actually getting back to roots and figuring out how the locals live.
Yeah.
So
and get out of your room as well. Like just don't like stay in one place all the time.
Exactly.
Go around, go for trips and things like that. As DASA people, you have money.
Don't show off your money though, because that's not a fun thing to do.
Don't have Louis Vuitton and don't even say that name out there.
Yes, exactly. Off-White. I'm looking at you.
I was just hoping you would bring that up.
Yeah, but that is for another day.
Another day, yeah.
And with that, I think we can call it a day, right? Shrey,
Alright.
Nipple, do you have any tips?
Wow. Oh, tips. Yeah, don't go stand in alcohol lines.
Yeah.
There's like a bunch of stories about that online if you want to.
We will talk about that in the alcohol episode.
Oh, nice.
Oh, when's that?
Could be the next one.
You never know. You never know.
You never
Keep
know.
you guessing.
Yes. And with that, I think we can call it a day, right?
Alright, see you, freak ass bitches.
Bye. Bye-bye.